Most of you aren't subscribed. Make sure to subscribe, as it helps out the channel. Without further ado, heading to speak with the king, Eric and Magna, Cain reveals that he was gone for several days, as he was transported to a world created by the former king. When the king and the others are skeptical, Cain takes out the gift from Yuya, showing the king that he had brought back a katana, a blade that only the first king wielded. Now convinced by Cain's story, Cain begins bragging about how much stronger he's gotten, but accidentally lets slip that he had been in the other world for 5 years, prompting the king to demand Cain to explain how that is possible. Interrupting, Eric states that whilst Cain was gone, he was sent a letter from the guild, asking Cain to accept his A rank up exam, or else the exam will be cancelled. Quickly rushing over to the guild, Cain apologizes to the guildmaster for not accepting any quests recently, as he has been busy with school. Understanding the situation, the guildmaster states that he's happy to see Cain alive and healthy, having heard rumors from his sister that Cain had disappeared. Getting to the point, the guildmaster reminds Cain that when he promoted Cain, he had told Cain that to officially rank up, Cain needed to capture some bandits, and seeing as the time limit for the quest is almost up, the guildmaster suggests that Cain head out now. With no other choice, Cain accepts the quest, handed some details on the bandits, learning that the bandits will be showing up on a route from Gracia to the royal capital, and that there should be around 10 bandits. Heading out to the forest, Cain makes use of a flight spell, easily heading towards the route, spotting the bandits attacking a carriage. Upon flying closer to help the carriage, Cain realizes that Nina and Millie are there as well, immediately healing Millie's wounds. Taunting Cain, the bandits mock Nina and Millie for needing a child to assist them, but having heard enough, Cain gets serious, running towards the bandits. Casting Boost, Cain easily disarms and knocks out each bandit, tying them all up. Getting thanks from Millie and Nina, the girls are surprised to hear that Cain has been given a difficult quest, completely stunned to hear that Cain is officially rank A. Helping escort the tied-up bandits back to the capital, Cain realizes one of the men Nina and Millie were protecting is actually Parma's father, impressing Parma, as Cain is always busy. As Millie and Nina listen into Cain and Parma's conversation, they overhear that Cain has also gained the Baron title, scared that they must now address Cain more formally, but Cain reassures the girls that he prefers that they speak casually with him. Happy to see Cain so grown up and mature, Millie pulls Cain in for a tight hug, but Cain quickly slips out of the hold, stating that he must submit the bandits, heading off to guild with the tied-up bandits, all whilst Millie and Nina accompanies him. Submitting the bandits to the receptionist, Cain turns around hearing the same adventurer harassing Millie and Nina again, once again stepping in and scaring the men off before they can cause any trouble. Just then Claude and Lena appear, giggling at the fact that a kid managed to scare off such scary men, wondering why Cain is here, spotting Millie and Nina nearby. Wondering how Cain knows the girls, Claude reveals that Millie is his younger sister, prompting Cain to mention how Nina and Millie tutored him when he was younger. Finding it such a crazy coincidence, for everyone to know Cain, Claude attempts to get everyone to sit down for a drink, but Lena interrupts him, scolding Claude for always wanting to find a reason to drink. Since it's a special occasion, the 5 of them sit down for a drink, with Claude amazed that Cain is also already rank A. Claude isn't too shocked as Cain was the only one that was able to keep up with his swordplay, but Millie notes how this is a big deal, as her brother Claude has gotten to his rank only wielding a blade and with no help of magic. On top of that, Nina tells Claude and Lena about Cain's Baron status, getting Cain embarrassed as both Claude and Lena wonder how many other surprises Cain is hiding from them. Knowing that he can't reveal the true reason behind his stats, Cain listens as Millie and Nina mention how Cain had specially crafted SS rank bags for them, getting Lena all flustered. Asking how Cain obtained the bags, Lena gets more red hearing that Cain personally crafted the items, begging Cain to craft her one as well. After some begging, Cain gives in, promising he'll craft some more, but before Lena can thank Cain, she falls asleep, revealing her blushing was because she couldn't hold her alcohol. Realizing that he has school tomorrow, Cain rushes off, ignoring Nina's flirtatious hug. Just then the receptionist appears, informing everyone that one of Cain's classes tomorrow is missing a teacher, piquing Claude's interest, asking to know more details. The next day, Cain is lined up with various other students attending their magic class, all listening to the magic instructor, who asks everyone to fire their greatest magic spell at the target to test the student's skills. Excited to test out his new skills, Cain is disappointed to hear the instructor single him out and ask to not cast any spells, in fear that Cain may destroy the whole school. As a compromise, the instructor says that Cain will automatically get a pass for the test, but whilst this all happens, Claude, Lena, Millie and Nina all peep to see what Cain is up to, sad to see that Cain doesn't fit in with his other classmates. Moving on to his adventuring class, Cain listens as the instructor introduces himself as a swordsman, but adds that he's personally invited some adventurers from the guild. Just then, Claude, Lena, Nina and Millie enter. With all the students in awe of the four, the instructor introduces Lena and Claude as A-rank adventurers and Nina and Millie as rank B adventurers. Taking charge of the class, Claude asks the students who have registered as adventurers, asking the students to show their newly obtained adventurer's card. Seeing as Cain is the only one that hasn't brought it out, Claude singles out Cain, asking Cain to unveil his card. But Cain begins to panic, not wanting to show off his gold card, compared to the other student's bronze card. With no other choice, Cain makes up a lie, saying he forgot to bring the card, getting Claude to back off for now. Moving on to the training sessions, Khulud asks various students to spar with him, ignoring Cain and sparring with the other students first. When Cain tries to show off his magic abilities, Nina states that Cain is not allowed to use magic, putting Cain in a stalemate, as he's unable to join in with simple training at school. Unbeknownst to Cain, Claude, Lena, Nina and Millie have intentionally ignored Cain, as they must first show the students how strong they are first, and only then will they allow Cain to face them and show off his skills. As Cain lines up, waiting to get a chance to spar with Claude, Cain finally makes it to the front of the line, but before he can show off his skills, the instructor orders everyone to stop, as the class has come to an end. Defeated and unsatisfied with the day, Cain heads out into the monster forest, near his father's home, slaying all sorts of monsters, as a way to satisfy his battle spirit. At the same time, Cain's father and his knights head out towards the monster forest, believing that a dark force has finally awakened nearby. But when Cain's father and his men arrive at the scene, there are no monsters, and only Cain's handkerchief is present. The next morning, Cain is called by the king, who questions Cain on a mysterious outburst in the monster forest last night. When Cain feigns ignorance, the king presses on, getting Cain to confess that he needed to vent some of his frustrations. At the same time, we zoom into a cave where a goblin has discovered a crystal, but a black dragon consumes both the goblin and crystal, being possessed by Aaron, who has begun his awakening. Check out one of our other videos on the screen or in the info card above. Subscribe, like and comment.